My name is Rianet Whitehead. I'm the founder of the Insurance Apprentice and editor of FA News. Today I am talking to the top 3 of 2018, the Insurance Apprentice 2018. Welcome Nox, Sam and Kay. It's great to have you back. How does it feel to be behind the cameras again?
Feels nice. I feel like a celebrity all over again.
In 2018, it was year 3, right? 4. And by that time, you had a fairly good idea what was waiting for you. Why did you enter? It looked so grueling.
Yeah, I think, I'm always about challenge, right? And I just kept seeing it year on year. And I think if you remember, I told you I applied each and every year for those 4 years. So I just wanted to prove something to myself. And I think also to the organization that they've hired a boss person. So I think it was just a good way to step up. That's why I entered.
Sam?
I think for me, it was the first year I had my first baby, my son, and he was 9 months old at the time. And somebody said to me just after I had him that after you have babies, your career's over. And that just lit the fire in me. And it wasn't about proving to that person that my career wasn't over. It was really just about proving to myself that it wasn't over. And it was true. I needed to go through that process, and I needed to prove to myself that, the fire is now lit and I can do this. And it really did. It really did change the game for me. So.
I love that answer because it can be a perception out there, right? Nox, why did you enter?
I didn't have a choice on the matter. I wish I had a profound answer. But my boss told me to enter and you can't say no. Over and above that, I think I really had a desire to push myself and to really prove that what I believed about myself being really good was true. And the best way to do that was to go up against, brilliant peers. And, it was a fantastic experience.
I know it's a long time ago, but if you can remember, what was your favorite task? I'm going to end with you, Nox.
I'm going to be biased and say the Aeon task,
Of
right?
course.
I think we said really good tasks. They're relevant in that moment. And I think if I remember correctly, that's the time when I actually stepped up and I showed my leadership skills. Mm-hmm. So I think that for me was a demonstration of who I am. And it took out all my characteristics, positive and negative. But yeah, it was one of my top tasks.
Sam?
For me, it was the FSCA. Back then, it was the FSB. And it was just tough. It was a tough challenge. And Caroline was one of the judges, and she was grueling. She drilled us, and she really put me, on the spot. And I think just proving to myself that I could do it. And I loved that task because it was so tough. And I really felt good. I felt strong.
Growth on a next level, right?
And on my side, it's Sazra. I didn't know it at the time, but it was a task that would ultimately end up changing the trajectory of my career and my life. It was a task where we got to speak to actual business owners and talk to them about their issues, their challenges, and find solutions to how we could actually assist them. And the penny really dropped in terms of how insurance is so fundamental to the success and actual survival of businesses. And I then went on to actually create a business around an idea that I got from the task. So. Yeah, that was my favorite
And
task.
you had and you also then had another role from that, being the judge of the Insurance Apprentice, a co-judge with Simon, and you've now been Nox, then you've been Cruella, and the Mother of Dragons is the latest one. But that aside, I think in your season, it was the first season where we had the real drama, right? How important is that element in a competition like that and for the purpose we want to reach?
I think it's important because it showcases that this really is a reality show. None of that was scripted. There were real emotions behind everything that went on set. And I think the showcasing of that was really proof that this is a reality show. None of this is scripted, and these are real people going through real life challenges that businesses are facing. And you seeing people going on that journey and contend with not only their professional selves but also their personal. So that's what I took away from
and
it.
I think for me as well, it's like you could start seeing like people for who they are.
Yeah.
Right? Because like here on the screen there's this facade, like I'm strong, I'm this person. And then in the background there was just so many clashes. So it just kind of showed characteristics. You know, you could actually sit back and realize who's strong in this game, who's a bit of a weak one. So it showed there was a lot of light that it kind of shed on the characters of the apprentices.
Yeah, it was like a microcosm of the real world, because that's what's happening in the real world. You know, people have emotions, people have fears, people have strengths, and I think that was just a highlight, putting a spotlight on all of that, and it gave us the opportunity to learn each other. And I think the great part of the competition is, and I was thinking about this morning, is that many of the challenges are team challenges. So you win as a team, but it's also it's an individual competition, and only one person can win it. So you have to work well as a team and then stand out as an individual. And I think the drama accelerated that.
100%. I know it's been a while, but your biggest takeaway, if you had to think back, and now in terms of your career, what was your biggest takeaway of the Insurance Apprentice? Is it something that stands out?
So for me, it was definitely considering and learning that you can be your own worst enemy. And I watched my season back and I think I was very in my head. And I overthought a lot of what I was saying and what I was doing. And I think the older I've gotten and, you know, the years have given me that gift of learning the importance of believing in myself. And that sounds cheesy or cringy, but it really taught me that if I don't believe in myself, nobody else is going to. And I really believe that's why Nox won her year. There's actually a section of her interview where she said, or her introduction where she says, I am going to win this and I believe I'm going to win this. And I think, you know, that taught me and gave me the strength going forward in life to believe in myself a little bit.
Wow. Nox. Thank you for that. For me, it was really the idea that our limits, that we believe are our limits, are not actually our limits. Because I went in there going, I know what I'm capable of, but that show or the experience really showed me that I'm capable of so much more because it pushed me way past my limits. And I remember after the experience going back to work and realizing that I can do so much more than I thought I could before. And, you know, that's an innate belief that I don't think I could have gotten from any other experience. I'm forever grateful for that.
Okay. Yeah, no, for me, I think I resonate with both the ladies. Definitely, I think, you know, we go through imposter syndrome, especially in our workplace. And I remember when I made it and I looked at all the titles of everybody, you know, and at that time, I think I was just a sales consultant, new business executive. And, you know, it was just that doubt. So what I took away was that it actually has got nothing to do with your position, but about you as a person and the values and your characteristics, right? And I think that's the biggest thing that I took out, and that whatever I set my mind to, I can achieve. You know, I think later years I'd say to myself, I'm going to do my MBA, and I'm doing it now. I'm almost done.
Oh, well done.
So it's little things that you get from this experience. You know, that's just a reminder that, listen, you can.
Yeah.
You're deserving. And
Yeah.
I think that was my biggest takeaway, was definitely that I'm deserving.
I love that. Nox, you're not allowed to answer this one, and shortly, very shortly, you guys, if I tell you now, you could enter again next year, would you?
No.
100%. 100%. Is she going to be one of the judges?
Have you seen those judges? I would not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't think I can do any better than what I did. And I think that's why it's no. Like, I gave it all. I gave it my all. And I still got to go to Lloyd's. Like, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, you went because Nox could
We had a
have.
little ocean, yeah.
Thank you for your time, ladies. It was an absolute pleasure to have a conversation with you. Tonight we are announcing the winner of season 10, and we are very excited about it. So thank you for your time, and we will be engaging a little bit more.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is Rianet Whitehead, signing off.